You know, I just wanted to give a little briefing about the book, you know. The book is about, you know, just teaching brothers and sisters how to, you know, be in an organization and do things the right way, be righteous at all times. Anything you do should be to uplift your people, elevate your people. If you ain't doing that, then you ain't doing nothing right anyway. So this book is just an inspiration and informative book to help people understand what we're supposed to be doing as people, what we're supposed to be doing as brothers and sisters, so we can come out of this state of oppression that we're in. And that means we got to stop judging things that we don't know or understand and start, you know, learning about things and then making a judgment based off information. So my book is just to get rid of the false leaders is out here just being a puppet for the oppressors and put real leaders in place that really looking out for the people and want to see the people elevate. You know, we trying to elevate the youth, teach the youth something, the love self and love those who look like self. So that's my goal, is that this book become a success and change some people's mind, you know, and help them change their life eventually.
Give it up again for him for the diligence. We were up many nights going back and forth. Is this right? Is this? It's like any women in here had a baby, you know, the gestation process, and now this is pretty. The baby is here now, so we all gotta. By about 5 or 6, I saw a bunch of y'all with them stacking in your hand. I appreciate that because he needs help getting this message out. Very good message. Anybody know what the message is? Anybody?
It says it on the front.
It says it on the front. Black empowerment. Welcome. So good. Black empowerment. What does that even mean? Anybody know? What is black empowerment? Well, when you read the book, because nobody raised it, anybody want to say? Okay, so when you read the book, you'll know. Well, we'll help them put it on audio for people who don't read. Okay. For the people who don't read, we'll put it on audio for you. Because just because you can't read it here, doesn't mean you don't need the information. Right? Because each one teach one, right? So Davon has taken his time to put his story together so that we can come together and empower each other to move forward. Amen? Amen. So, if you have your Bible, your books, I'm going to be on page 6. Davon, with my Becky. Ask where Now, who believes that history is just what it is? That we don't really need it anymore, and I'm tired of hearing about it. And that will be your child. Your child is always going to be the one to raise that hand. So, history is important sometimes. There are some things that I wish we didn't have to regurgitate over and over, but sometimes we do have to. So, he has chapter 6. It says, history must show us the way. Read along. We must know where we come from so we can know where we are going. Amen. I knew y'all would show up. Amen. If history has shown us nothing else, it has shown us that we are powerless. Somebody say powerless. But why? Why are we powerless in the most powerful country in the world? The reason is that we have failed to understand the relationship between economics and power. Economics is having the ability to produce something that others need for life and survival. Power is having the ability to control what others do and don't do because you possess something that they need but don't have or can't get. Say that again. It becomes easy to see why black people are powerless because they have failed to develop production systems that others need. They have worked at this individually, but not as a united community. Thus, black economics has not aimed at monopolizing one specific thing and controlling that specific area of the market. As a result, they work against each other and not with each other. If blacks were to unite in this way, they could develop power beyond anyone's wildest imagination.
Amen.
When people fail to produce, they become irrelevant and powerless.
Hello.
History has shown us this lesson time and time again. Malcolm started an organization called OAU, or the Organization of African Unity. This was based on the Pan-African concept started by Webb Du Bois and was adopted by Kwame Nkrumah. Did I say that right? That's what it's going to be today. The president of Ghana. The idea behind OAU was to develop a coalition of black leaders throughout the world to control specific areas of production of those services most needed by the world. They recognized that not only did Africans have enough natural resources beneath their feet to not need whites, but that they possessed critical resources that would make whites need them. Economic activity is driven by basic beliefs about oneself, one's place in the world, and one's view of God.
Right.
Black people have been taught life beliefs that make them see themselves as inferior and whites as superior. This attitude leads us to be consumers and not producers, for they fail to believe that they are smart enough to develop sophisticated production systems. We have been taught to pray to a white God, honor white heroes, and praise white intelligence. We are people who have been psychologically trained to think in terms of following and not leading. We have taken what others have said without question or investigation. A major part of the Bloods program for economic empowerment is reprogramming the black mind to believe in its own power. To honor our ancestors by carrying on the work of unity that will ultimately lead to power. To compel black people to realize that we are the master of our fate and the ruler of our destiny and identity. Give it up.
I just want to thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for coming. Thank my brothers for coming. They came 3 hours away. My brother Preston, he really helped us do it. All right, man. Give it up for him. He's done a lot for me. So thank you for my grandma who came out. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate the money, especially. Yeah, I just wanted to write the book just to, empower people and tell them and show people that, I can be positive and we as black people can be positive. Show what we need to be doing. I want to empower the youth. Do something that I ain't had when I was coming up. So the book is the start. I want a non-profit sooner or later, so we can, really get it started and, help these kids have skills so they can, become entrepreneurs and things like that. But that's our main issue. We don't have no skill or we don't have no information on the things that we can be doing to better ourselves. So that's what I want to do in the future. So hopefully, that'll come soon.
Okay, Joy. It's coming. Speaking.
Hey, thank y'all again for coming. That's all I gotta say. This sounds like somebody about to play it.
I'm off in the dock.
I got you.
Oh, that was you playing music. Oh, thank my mother. I do it for my kids as well. We've never seen Stacey cry that much.
Oh, you do.
And thank me for
I didn't put my kids in it. I do it for them. I do it for my unborn kid that's on the way. 2 girls, damn. My 7 kids as well. I do it for y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
We love you too, boy.
For being my dad.